We got more BM power to review in this video, but also there might be something for the UP guys too. What am I talking about? Come back after the title and find out. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a review video. Unfortunately, this will likely be the last one of 2025, and it's not looking good for 2026, at least for the most part. Maybe if I get lucky, there'll be something next year, but that's another subject for another time. But we'll concentrate on this video right here, the review of this video. We got the Rapido C36-7s in. There's actually two of them we're going to take a look at. You might notice I teased in the title there's going to be something for the UP guys, so we'll check that out later on in the video. But in the meantime, I got the BN engine out already, so why don't we go ahead and get started and take a look at it. All right, guys, we got the BN engine out here, taking a look at. You can see it looks really nice. I really love this scheme. But you also may look at it and say, well, wait a minute, that's just a regular C30-7. Not exactly. BN back in the very early 1990s, from July of 1991 to December of 1992, took 48 C30-7s and upgraded them with new traction motors and bumped their horsepower up to either 3,300 horsepower or 3,600 horsepower. Now, the 5047 is one of the C33-7s at 3,300 horsepower. It was originally, the locomotive itself was actually originally built in 1980, in March of 1980, and it still had it, and that was its as-built road number. So 5047 is the same number it was built as. BN did not change the road numbers on those units; they just upgraded them. But we digress. There were a total of 41 C33-7s, again 5047 being one of those, and there were 7 C36 7 units upgraded to C36-7s. So that's just kind of a quick backstory on those. But in the meantime, we'll kind of get started with the review of this engine. Now, to just kind of show you the box here, this is the one the UP unit is in right here. I'll set this off to the side, and we'll set the box up here where you guys can kind of get a look at it. Very nice, sturdy box right here. Looks really good. You can see kind of the designs and everything right there. Looks really, really nice. You got the drawings right here. This, I believe, maybe, no, this is the, this would be the Norfolk Southern version, as it's depicted with front and rear ditch lights. So, so you got your NS version right here. You got your BM version right here. And then on top is your Union Pacific and Missouri Pacific version. So, and there's also a Norfolk and Western version as well. But that's kind of the short and sweet answer of the box. And of course, the end of it there tells you what it is. And like I said, for the UP guys, there you go right there. And we will be taking a look at that engine. Now, when you open the box up and look inside, let me grab that. Let me grab that engine right quick. The VN engine, set it back on there. So, inside the box, you'll get you got your exploded parts diagram right here. And there's a lot of parts right there. I'm not going to fold it out and show it, but there's a ton of stuff there. You get these cool decals. I love that Rapido does this, that they throw on these decals. So you got, you got your Rapido decal right here. You got a really cool C36-7 decal right there with the UP unit on there. And you got this Rapido decal as well. So that's a really neat decal right there. So, and also another thing. Now this comes with only the BN units, but it also comes with this, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll kind of take a quick look at boy, I can't speak. We'll take a quick gander at this. It says, yes, we know Burlington Northern units are technically C30-7s, or at least they originally were. Technically, they're upgraded to C36 specifications. At the same time, they also use the C33-7 designation as per stencils on some units. It's all over the place, but one item was a bit more consistent. Red number boards, and we'll take a look at that when we review the model. Those cool red number boards are the true sign that at some point your unit rolled out into the shop and got juiced up with higher horsepower. Our apologies if we don't directly recognize the C33-7 or the C36-7, which, as I mentioned before, BN actually did both of these. 41 were upgraded to C33-7. 7 got bumped all the way up to 3,600 horsepower as C36-7. So just FYI on that. But we had to draw the line somewhere. But hey, you're going to get this cool little leaflet to show that we do recognize them as being of how you identify them. You enjoy them, the Rapido team. So that's actually pretty cool. And also you got your, oh boy, gotta watch what I'm doing. And then you got your operator's manual right there, which is pretty neat. So now the one thing, now the UP unit that we kind of got a sneak peek at, that actually is a true C36-7, a true as-built unit. Unlike the BN ones that started out as C30, boy, that started out as C30-7s. I'm just going to get off track a little bit here. I've been sick the past few days, so if I sound a little off, that's probably why. It's not been a very fun week, but we won't get any more into that. But so if I don't sound 100%, that's probably why. But regardless, we'll get started and review this unit, the Burlington Northern number 5047. So, all right, we're back now, and I turn the light on to kind of help you guys see a little better, because there are parts of this engine that are painted black, the trucks and the fuel tank and this top part as well. So I figured with the regular light, it probably wouldn't show up too good. So I turn the light on my phone. That said, we'll get started. So we're actually going to zoom in on this guy. And bear with me, because we're going to go for a ride here, because I want to zoom in on this front pilot. And we'll take a look at the details on it. So you got your NU cables right here, brake line hose, your train line hose right here, the brake hose. The brake hose right there. MU cables, looks good. White grab irons looks really nice. The red jumper cable looks really, really good. You got some more white painted grab irons right there. The ends of the coupler cut levers look good. There's your ditch lights right there as well. Looks good. The white on the anti-climber there looks really, really nice. Paint separation looks really good. The front handrails look really nice. Now, if you're not familiar with Rapido engines, they use a hybrid metal and plastic handrail. So this area right here, here, goes down that side. That's all metal. The stanchions are plastic. So that's one thing to remember about Rapido's handrail setup. Like I said, they use a hybrid of metal railings and plastic stanchions, but it ensures that they're they call them their dead straight handrails. So they look really good, and they're actually pretty sturdy too. So I'm actually really impressed with how their handrails hold up with regular handling. So I've had several of their locomotives. I know my friend Ethan Nix at Ethan Nix's Train Channel. He has one, not one of these, but not one of these C36-7s, but he has a U25B. That's like the one I have, and those are very, very good engines. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked again. So the front pallet there looks really, really nice. We'll kind of tilt the camera up, and this is the really cool part here. Now, this is what they call. If you're not familiar with BN's paint schemes back in the days, this is what they call their white face scheme, where you had this large BN logo on the nose and this whole area right here painted white. These GE rebuilds all had it. Several of their SD40-2s had them. Had this paint scheme. Several of their Jeeps had them. Had this scheme. So it's a really sharp looking paint scheme. Now this variant is actually slightly different than the normal white face scheme. And we'll take a look at that when we look down the side of this engine. But just kind of continue on with the review here. Separately apply windshield wipers. More grab irons on the nose here. You got a blanked out area for the front headlight, again signifying that it's originally a C30-7. The C36-7s, at least the ones that didn't have nose headlights, didn't have this did not have this feature on it. So just FYI on that. You can probably see the sand filler hatch right there on the end of the nose. Looks really good. I think I mentioned the windshield wipers, but if I didn't, those look really, really nice as well. And then the signature, one of the signature identifications of the C33-7s and the C36-7s BN had. So to distinguish them from the standard C30-7s, BN installed red number boards with white numerals on these locomotives. That is so the maintenance department could tell the difference between a regular C30-7 and a C33 or a C36-7, because externally the units did not change. Everything that was upgraded on these units was all internal. The only thing external is, like I said, is the red number boards and this paint scheme. They were all repainted into this scheme you see here, or at least some variant of it. But yeah, that all looks really, really good. The white highlights on the steps look really nice. That looks really, really good. You might can see the little wind deflector right there, or rear view mirror. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's a wind deflector. Looks really good. Come down the side here. And this is where I was saying that this is a slightly altered version of the white face scheme. So let me back that off a little bit so we can get a better view of that. But yeah, this is the altered version of the white face scheme. Excuse me just a second. Excuse me. But you see this white pinstripe running down the side that separates the green and the black. That's actually a fairly rare version of this scheme, as far as I know. Well, I don't know if I'd call it rare, but it's not as common. We'll say that. But it was a really classy looking scheme. I remember these engines when I was a kid. Not long after they were rebuilt, and these things just glistened in the sun. They were really stunning engines to look at. But I'm getting kind of sidetracked. I'm kind of reliving my childhood here, but anyway, you can see right here they got the these windows blanked out right here on the ends here. These used to be 4-window cabs, because of FRA rules, these were blanked out. And BM basically just played them over with steel, and then just painted them so to match the rest of the locomotive. So that's kind of how that is. But this all looks really good. It's a little difficult to tell, but there is a cab interior in here, and I believe the gauge is also light up on these engines too. That's becoming more of a standard feature on Rapido engines. We'll know for sure when we go out and take a look do the sound and light test on it. So, but looks really good there. You got your speed recorder cable right here. The trucks all look really good. So that all looks really nice. I'm not sure what this guy is right down here, but that may be an emergency fuel shutoff or something right there. Got your air tanks right here. Fuel tank looks really good. You got your sight gauge. Maybe a little difficult to see right there, but there's a sight gauge right there. Looks good. Or your little viewing. It's not a sight gauge. It's like a viewing glass. Shows you how much fuel you got. So that looks good. Like I said, handrails all look good. So come down the side. Here, look at the rear truck. So, yeah, truck detail looks really nice on here. Looks really good. The shock struts all look nice. Grill detail all looks really nice on here as well. You can see the exhaust stack right here, and that's another thing they changed. Originally, a lot of the C30s had a very small exhaust stack. When I reviewed the original C30-7 that Rapido did last year, or no, not last year, back over the summer, late spring, early summer, you would have noticed that locomotive had a very small exhaust stack on it. Whereas on this engine, it has a rather large bathtub style exhaust. Not much different than what the Dash 8s that came after them had. The C40-8s. Even though BN didn't own any. But yeah, it wasn't really that much different than those units. Of course, you got the a little difficult to see on the side when we fly over top. You'll be able to see it. There's this bulge out here in front of the exhaust stack where the car body widens out a little bit. And then, of course, you got the classic radiator wings on the rear. Steps all look really nice. Looks really good there. Come to the rear. Of course, you got rear headlights right there. More red number boards with the red numerals. Those look really nice as well. Come down and look at the pilot. I'll try and scoot that out where it's a little more visible. There we go. Of course, you got a red jumper cable right here. More MU cables, brake line hose. Excuse me. Spare knuckles. All looks really good. Come down the other side here. Looks really good. The white highlights on the steps just really stand out. I just love this scheme. This is probably my favorite iteration of the BN Cascade Green and Black scheme. Is this one here with this white pinstripe separating the black and green. It just looks so good, and this engine wears it beautifully. So I really like this. Again, truck details on this side all look really good. Your air tank right there. There's your fuel tank right there. You got your little sight gauge glass right there. Your fuel filler neck looks really good. You got this little bolted on cover right here. Looks nice. I believe that's another emergency shutoff. switch right there. That all looks good. And you got more cabling right here. Got some nice red cables right there. Looks really good. Of course, you got a chain right here. And that is an actual chain. That's not fake. So that all looks really good. You got your sanding lines. I think I missed that earlier, but there's the sanding lines right there. Looks really good. All the details look really nice. The white striping. Of course, there's your logo right there, your BN logo, and Burlington Northern spelled out right below it. So that all looks really, really good. And yeah, of course, there's the air horn right there that you can see. Got your firecracker antenna right there. So that looks good. And we come back to the front, and that's a tour around this engine. So yeah, just a stunning engine. This is definitely one of the more memorable locomotives from my childhood. So I'm really happy to have it in this in the fleet. So it's a really, really good looking engine. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little choked up here. Let me get something to drink. Anyway, great looking engine. Looks really, really nice. But as promised, we've got something for the UP guys too. So hang on just a second. We'll get the UP engine out and take a look at it. All right, guys, there you go. There's the UP version right here. Now, obviously, as you can see, there are some differences. That's because this is a true C36-7. This is not a rebuild like the BN unit. This is a purpose-built locomotive. So, and I don't own a lot of UP stuff. In fact, assuming this one works, and it likely will, this is only one of 2 UP engines I have that actually runs. So, or that hopefully runs. We'll just say that. But yeah, I do not have a lot of UP stuff. But yeah, it's certainly a really good looking engine. So we'll just kind of take you a quick tour through it. Now there are some, like I said, there are some differences here. Excuse me. But pretty much a lot of the stuff is kind of redundant. Obviously, MU cables, brake hose, all that good stuff. But this is where we kind of come to our first difference right here. You got your ditch lights mounted right here on the pilot. Unlike the BN ones, which are on top of the deck on the front of the engine. So that's one different. You also got this little flip up platform here where you can step across between the units, and that's kind of cool that it raises up and down. So that's neat. Excuse me. You got your grab arms right here. Looks really good. Of course, you got the regular number boards, the black with the white numerals. Your headlight there looks really good. Also with a firecracker antenna on top. A little different style horn that we'll take a look at when we go down the side of this thing. But that all looks really good. And you also notice, too, unlike the BN unit, you remember what I said earlier, because the BN units were former C30-7s, they had a little boxy structure on the end of the nose where a nose headlight or gyro light could be mounted on it. These units did not have it unless it was an option, unless they were equipped with gyro lights. But most of them didn't have them, so this whole area is smooth right here across the front. But all that looks good. Windshield wipers and everything looks really good. We'll come down the side. Now, this is where things change pretty drastically down the side here. We'll start with the trucks first. You got your these particular trucks have rotate have exposed bearing caps um, where appropriate, and they do spin, by the way. So these do have spinning bearing caps. You also notice the unlike the BN engine would had the shock struts right here and right here. This one is has a strut, has the shock strut in the middle. Uh, this is not far off from what the Dash 8s had. This is kind of the early version of that, so that's pretty cool right there. But then you come right up here where the dynamic brake is, and it gets a whole lot different. Now, I'm not an expert on UP engines, but I believe these are extended range dynamic brakes on these units. But you can really tell the difference because the dynamic brake blister shoots up a little bit from the rest of the car body. It's just this boxy structure right here, which is really cool. And by the way, they do have see-through grills in, so that's actually really neat right here. So that's actually cool. Really like that. The yellow and gray looks really good. Really nice. Now, these engines would be somewhere in the... I'm just going to take a stab at it. Probably, let's say 94 on up. I'm just kind of taking a shot in the dark here to try to give you a timeline of what these engines represent. So we'll say from 94 up to whenever they were retired. So if you like if you're a UP guy and you like these older locomotives with ditch lights and stuff, I mean, here you go. So the horn casting looks really nice as well. Of course, you got this large exhaust stack, much like the BN engine had. That all looks really good. Rear truck details look nice. You can see some of the piping that's running around back here at the back of the fuel tank. Looks really good. Again, handrail is nice and straight. Looks really nice. We'll come back here to the rear of the unit. Even though the grill detail is not see-through here, it still looks really nice. Come to the rear. Again, your MU cables, brake hose, Rapido metal coupler. Looks good. Spare knuckles right there. Your coupler cut lever. Another drop down. Your drop down platform for the so you can access the locomotives behind you. You got your rear headlight right here. You notice there's no rear number boards on this engine. They're just decals up here on top at the top of the radiator. Sand filler hatch. You got a little grab iron right there. Grab irons runs up down the back. Looks really good. Walkway tread looks really good. Excuse me. Come down this side. That all looks really nice. Truck detail looks good. The steps look really good with the white highlights again. Fuel tank detail looks good on this side. You get all kinds of nice little details right here. There's your bell right there, and I'm not sure if I've looked on the BN engine. I've skipped that, so I'll have to I'll try to find that and show that. But that all looks good. Of course, again, on the front truck, your chain and everything looks really good. The brake cylinders look really nice. Everything looks really good here. You got a brake wheel here on the nose. Maybe a little hard to see because it's yellow like the rest of the locomotive. You got your wind deflector right here. And you notice right here the cab doesn't have the outer windows that are played over. Again, that was FRA rules back in the day when these engines came out. that omitted these two outer windows. That was for safety. So we'll come back around. You might can see that brake wheel a little better too, and you might also see the cab interior as well. I don't know if it's any more visible on this engine than it was the BN one, but it is there, so that all looks good. And we'll come back around to the front, and there you go. There's a quick look at the UP engine. So what I'm going to do, we'll go ahead and put the two side by side, and let you guys see the difference in the two units body wise. So we'll put our BN engine back on there, and you can see how much different they look from each other. They do kind of look similar, almost the same on the front face. When you look at them dead on, they do look a lot alike, except for you can see that dynamic brake blister poking out right there behind the cab. But yeah, there's actually quite a bit of difference in between the two railroads. The ditch light placement, different trucks, different air horns. I'll say that they might actually be the same type of air horn. They look a little similar now that I look at them. But anyway, of course, antenna location is different on the two units. The one on the UP engine is just right there at the edge of the cab, right behind the number boards, and then the one on the BN engine is more centered to the cab. So, but really, really neat. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a quick flyover of these two units. Take a look underneath. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look underneath of these guys. So, because I generally do that, and I've kind of been neglecting to do that as of late. So we'll take a look, let you guys get a look at the underside of this thing. Of course, there you see the Rapido brand name. There's a look at the trucks. They have traction motor detailing on them. Because as Jason likes to say, everything looks better when it's upside down in a ditch. So, but that all looks really good right there. So really nice. And then just for posterity, there's a look at the I'm going to turn that to the side there. There's a look at the UP version. It shows up a little better, some of the details. So yeah, that all looks really, really good right there. So, all right. So now we can take a flyover of these engines, and then we'll head out to the old layout and see how these things sound. So hang on just a second, and we'll do the flyover. All right, so we're here to do a quick flyover of these two engines. We'll start here at the head end, and we'll work our way to the back. Of course, you can see better the placement of the antennas on the locomotives, the difference in that. There's the air horns. You can also get a look at that walkway tread there too. Looks really nice. Now check this out. So on the UP engine right here, you got see-through dynamic brake vents right here on top, as well as on the side, the side there, conductor side. So that looks really good. Keep coming down the back there. There's the exhaust stacks right there. Looks pretty similar to each other. The early Dash 8 style exhaust stacks. So that's really neat. They look really good right there. And then the rear radiator section there, which also has see-through screens. So that looks really, really nice. And keep going, and there we are at the rear pilot. So that's a quick flyover of these engines. I apologize for coughing all the time, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this entire review or not in one shot. I know I put out a post a little bit ago saying that I was going to kind of film the segments out of order, but I didn't want to have to rebox up the engines and unbox them again, do all that stuff. I want to try and get this done one shot. So, but anyway, I'm babbling again. So that's a quick look at these engines. What do you say we head out to the layout and do the sound and light test on them? All right, we're out here on the layout now. It's kind of been a while since we've been out here on a video. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up, but still, everything's in good working order. So we're ready to try these two engines out now and see what they can do. So I'm gonna try and get through this without losing my voice. So here we go. So you see the number boards come on. Let me turn that light off. Oh, it is off. Okay, well, never mind then. So as you can see right there, the number boards are on. Looks really good. So we'll go ahead and go through the sound functions here. I've got my manual with me here. So we've got our handy dandy Rapido manual for these two engines. So I'm going to open this up and try to find the function list. So, okay, F0 is the headlight, obviously. So we'll turn that on. Oh, wait, no, I got to have address 3. I don't know why this thing, when I turn it on, it comes on as locomotive 4, but for some reason it does, and it's going to move here. So, yeah, you saw it move, but we'll go ahead and turn the headlight on. So there's the headlight on right there. We'll find the function for the ditch lights, which should be F6. So there you go. Wow, look at that. Nice and bright. Looks really good. Love the number boards lit up like that. I don't know how this is going to show up on video, because the way I'm looking through it right now, I mean, you can see them burning, but it's not the greatest. So, but we'll try to get through it and see what we can do here. So I'm going to ring the bell. So there's the bell. We'll blow the horn. Sounds really good. And now we'll fire up the prime mover sounds. You see the cab light, you see the gauges coming on inside, so we do have lighted gauges. So, nice prime mover sounds. These really shouldn't sound much different than the regular C30-7s. After all, these BN units in particular are technically upgraded C30-7s. Originally built as C30-7s, I should say. So they really shouldn't sound any different from a C30. But sounds are really, really good. So we'll go ahead and take this engine forward. And you see it moving at speed step 1. So very nice motor control. We'll take it up another speed step. Another speed step 4, 5, 6, and my controller's set to 128 speed steps, by the way. So it's just going to incrementally pick up speed. Of course, you heard the prime mover notch up there at speed step 8. So we'll put it in reverse. There you see the headlight come on right there. So we'll back it up. Come on. The horn button likes to stick on this control, so it makes it really hard to get a good sharp release on the horn. So that's not a locomotive problem. That's an issue this DCC system has that I've got. So you can see in the cab though the lighted gauges, so those look really, really nice. So we'll go ahead and back this guy up to the to where the UP unit's sitting. We'll bring it back and focus here. So yeah, looks really good. Turn the direction back to forward, and the headlights and ditch lights come on. Those look really nice. So let's kind of go through some of the other sounds here. And I should have went through the dynamic brake too, but F3's coupler clink. So there's that. And we'll go ahead and pull this thing up just a little bit. And then hit F4 for the dynamic brake. So there's the dynamic brake sounds. Those sound really good. We'll go ahead and back this back up again. All right, so F5 is flame squeal. That also means the engine has to be moving. I won't get into that. F6, obviously, the ditch lights. Right there. F7 is dim. So we'll hit that, and you see the ditch lights go out and the headlights go to dim. Right there, looks really good. Of course, you hit F7 again to put them back on bright, and there you go. I actually really like this, the way they are now, where all you got to do is hit one button, and the ditch lights go out and the headlight dims automatically, so that's really neat. That used to not be the case. You could dim the headlight, but the ditch lights wouldn't turn off. You had to turn them off manually, not all that many years ago. So they've advanced pretty quick in a short time. So, of course, F8 startup, mute and shutdown, and control stand. F9's drive hold. Now, I haven't done the drive hold feature in a long time. So for those of you that don't really know what that is, if you're a long time viewer, you obviously know what drive hold is. But for the newcomers that don't know what it is, that basically gives you the opportunity to rev the prime mover sounds up and down at will without changing the train speed. So I'll show you here. I'll hit F9. Now I'm going to advance the throttle all the way to full throttle, and the engine will not move, or it's not supposed to anyway. So we'll go ahead and crank it up. So we're at full power. There you go. Listen to that sucker go. I mean, it's potent. All right. We'll put it back down to 0, and you'll hear it notch down to idle. F10 is independent brake. F11 is the white class lights or red markers. Conrail. This locomotive shouldn't have class lights on it, so we'll skip that, because if you actually look on the model, on the real BN C30s, the class lights were played over, so there's actually no class lights. F12 is switching mode. Now, basically what this is, it'll turn both the front and the rear headlights on. In fact, you know what? We might could just show you right here. I'm going to shift 1, 2, and you see the ditch lights go out, the headlights go dim. You can't see it, but the rear headlight is actually on. And it will also limit the locomotive speed to a fairly slow speed. It won't get very quick, so like it would normally. So we'll turn that feature off. You see the headlights go back to bright. F18 is a step light. Now, this is actually something I forgot to show you earlier. These locomotives do have operating step lights, so we'll go ahead and turn those bad boys on. And are they on? I honestly can't tell. Let me try this. F18. I'm going to pull this thing around and see. Oh, I think they are on. Let me pull this thing up a little bit. It may be a little difficult to see, but they are on right there. If you look on that, right between the first and second step on the front, and it'll be the same on the rear. But yeah, there you go. You got a good look at them right there. So, and right there, the rear. Yeah, right there, the rear shows up really good. So they have got light step lights. I did neglect to mention that in the main review. So we'll back these guys back this guy back up again. Whoa, buddy, whoa, buddy, whoa, buddy. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Let's pull that back forward just a little bit. My controller was having a runaway. The one downside to using the Prodigy Advanced Square controllers, they sometimes have a little trouble responding to commands. So you kind of got to be on your game when running trains here, using one of these to avoid an accident. So, okay, where was we at? F18 was the step lights. F19 is the number board, so you can't independently control the number boards. I gotta remember not to hit F19 for the local. And you see the number boards go out, and you just hit F9 again, they come back on. So that's neat. F20 is the air compressor. F21 Sarco spitters. F22 is the cab door. Manual F26 is manual notching up, run 8. Excuse me. F27 is manual notching down, coast. F28 is manual notching logic. F29 is radiator fan. And F30 is short air let off. Now you notice there's some numbers missing in between the 12 and the 18. Usually if you find that usually means there's some hidden sounds on these engines. So normally they are like on these Rapido engines, they're like F20 to like 23 or 24 or something like that, but it appears they're between 12 and 18. So let's experiment here. Let's see what kind of hidden sounds we get on this thing. You know what? Let's shut the prime mover down. So we'll let it shut all the way down, because I'm kind of curious to see what kind of hidden sounds we're going to wind up with here. So, all right, let's go F13. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. 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 So I guess there's no hidden sounds on this one. So that's a little different for a Rapido. Normally they throw in some little fun sounds here, but that's okay. That's not a huge problem. So we'll go ahead and fire the prime mover sound back up. And we'll go ahead and pull it forward. Now, these locomotives also come with the Mo-Power supercapacitors, which will give the engine a few seconds without electricity going to it. If I can pull myself up. So just kind of show you right there. And there you go. It goes off right there. So yeah, that's kind of a look at the these at the BM version. But just for the UP guys, let's go ahead and throw the UP on and listen to it. Okay, so we got the UP engine on the track now. Now, if you're looking at it head on, the headlight's actually not on. There's actually some light bleed from the number boards. So it makes it look like the headlights are on, but they're actually not. But anyway, that's not really a big issue, but it could be just the lighter paint, stuff like that. But irregardless, we'll go ahead and turn the headlight on for real. And you see the headlight brighten up, obviously. So we'll go ahead and turn the ditch lights on, just like on the BN unit. Look at the ditch lights on that thing. Boy, they got nice, bright ditch lights. I'll tell you what. Those look really good. And we'll just kind of cycle through the main sound features just to make sure everything works. Bell. So that sounds good. Horn. So all that sounds good. Fire the mover up. And again, 90s era engine, 90s to about very early 2000s era engine. There's not going to be any class lights or anything, so pretty simple, straightforward. Excuse me. Engine sounds very good. We'll go ahead and pull it forward. We'll try the dynamic brake on it. And just like the BN unit, sounds very good. So, yeah, I'm not going to rehash the features on this engine that we did on the BN engine because they're going to be the same for the most part. So, we'll go ahead and shut it down. We'll back it up. Back him up right there. And stop him right there for a good shot. And that's going to take care of the review on this engine. So yeah, really nice engines from Rapido. Very smooth runners. They sound great. Love both of them. That BN unit in particular, I just love the scheme on that thing. So yeah, just extremely happy with them. Iron Planet Hobbies does still have a few DC versions left. That's where I picked these up from. I used Heath at Humanity Junction discount code, which is human. I'll try to put his channel info on there where you can go check him out and get that code. So, But yeah, really nice engines from Rapido. Just awesome. We're going to have some fun at the Christmas display coming up with these two. So, by the way, just FYI, that is coming up starting December 4th, which is Thursday. Hours will be 2 to 6, just like the October display on Thursday and Friday, 12 to 4, Saturday and Sunday. So be sure to go, if you're in the West Plains, Missouri area, be sure to go by and check that out. It'll be at the Harlan Museum on, and I'll put the location info up because I gotta find my info so I can remember what street it's on. So because I don't pay attention, I just know when I see the Harlan Museum sign, I just know it's turn there. So, but I'll make sure to add that on the screen when I get it. So yeah, like I said, if you're in the area, stop by, check it out. You might see me there. My buddy Travis at Travis Adventure Dad, Ethan Nix at Ethan Nix's Train Channel. He's going to be there throughout the month of December. Of course, the whole crew at the West Plains Mall Railroad Club will be there as well. Admission's free, but donations are greatly accepted because that does help fund the display for the following year. So be sure to check those out. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got here. Sorry to ramble at the end there, but I want to kind of throw that info out there for anybody that might be interested to come check out the layout, see some model train action. So, but other than that, that'll take care of this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will leave you with a run by of these two beauties to close out the video. And yeah, that's all for now. We'll catch you guys in the next video. So take care, all. Bye for now.